What if you didn't do that right now? Sorry, talking to neighbors' lawnmowers. I'm your cult boyfriend, and I want to talk to you about Tristana today. Luis Buñuel, 1970 film starring Catherine Deneuve. And I'm just gonna wax analytic about it. The facts are the facts. Luis Buñuel might not have even wanted Catherine Deneuve in it. He was pressured to do it by French financiers, and he based Tristana mostly on the innocence of his younger sister. And based Fernando Reyes' character on the hypocrisies of his father. But I don't care. I don't want to view it that way. Luis Buñuel, um, I think, is a great filmmaker, and he's one of the first filmmakers I ever admired. But I also think he's a very cruel filmmaker. He films cruelties disguised as satire, which isn't very attractive to me. He's a great filmmaker, but like I said, he photographs cruelties disguised as satire or as some sort of Marxist send up. I find him kind of insincere at times. But Tristana, Catherine Deneuve is one of my favorite people in the world. I think she's fascinating. I think it's fascinating seeing what all these interesting directors like Polanski, Truffaut, Demi, and Buñuel do with her. I think it's fascinating seeing how they use this muse, how they incorporate her into their vision. And Luis Buñuel, in Belle de Jour, he took what was angelic or ideal, as in the feminine, as in like the demi version of her from Cherbourg and Rochefort, and he took that in Belle de Jour in 1967 and defiled it completely, made it perverse, turned her angelic beauty into little more than a kink. I love the film Belle de Jour, but it's a deeply cruel picture. And Catherine Deneuve herself expressed all the difficulties she went through filming it, saying that she felt used and that they exposed more of her body and of her psychology than she felt comfortable than what Louis had told her they would. And yet she came back for Tristana, and Tristana, she is a lot more dignified than she was in Belle de Jour, and I kind of view it as Louis Buñuel himself being punished by a muse that he went and defiled, that he made impure by this, because Deneuve is kind of like the symbol of angelic or virginal beauty. Like she's kind of that perfect symbol, the symbol of the feminine ideal. And Louis Buñuel went out of his way, almost got carried away in Belle de Jour by dirtying her up, by mucking her up, by making her dirty and filthy and perverse. And this is kind of that same muse coming back and wreaking havoc on this aging, old, desperate hypocrite that is Louis Buñuel. This isn't saying anything against his character. I'm just saying that's the way I enjoy viewing it, because Catherine Deneuve as Tristana is filmed with a diabolical dignity. And any moment that is hypersexualized or perverse with her in it, she is weaponizing the situation, except for the beginning where Fernando Rey's character defiles her, takes her innocence, makes her impure. Because the rest of the film from then on is a revenge of behavior, a revenge of attitude, a, a muse that was once golden and perfect and serene, her sex appeal crippled hyper literally in the film, and she takes a diabolical glee, or at least satisfaction, in allowing him to die. In fact, in doing the performative, pretending to be on the phone calling a doctor when he's having a heart attack, performative, because she's into that piano, and performatively diabolical. This muse gets her dignity back at the cost of her limbs. The limbs that sent so many men wild, so many important art house or popular filmmakers wild. She gets that back, and she gets that revenge against Luis Buñuel. As a whole, the film is incredibly put together. I think it's really well composed. I think overall it is simply a good film. It's nowhere near as delicious or as unknowable and beautiful as Belle de Jour, but it's equally as cruel, if you ask me. But it's a different kind of cruelty than the one we saw in Belle de Jour, the ones we see in some of his other works, like Discreet Charm, L'Age d'Or, Exterminating Angel. This kind of cruelty is a justifiable one, you know. Because even if you don't like the view it the way I do, it's Catherine Deneuve herself returning to Luis Buñuel's film to watch him die, which is, I think, the most riotous way to enjoy it. It's the punishment of a senorito hypocrite. It shows the perverse quality of Marxist platitudes when they are empty or coming from a place of obscene privilege and hypersexualization. That's fascinating. Buñuel always had things to say. I just take issue with his sincerity. But I don't think he would tell you that film is really where to be sincere. Surrealism can seem sincere, and this film is only lightly surrealist. I'm just talking about Buñuel overall. Surrealism can seem sincere because it's stream of consciousness, but who the fuck said that a stream of consciousness, that your brain uninterrupted, is sincere? I think sincerity is how you comprehend, or at least you filter that information out. Sincerity isn't stream of consciousness. Sincerity is neither the stream nor the consciousness. Sincerity is communication. And you can't exactly communicate stream of consciousness, or maybe you can, and I'm just not big on surrealism. But that's also because I'm not like a 19-year-old like freshman in a community college. You know, I don't think Buñuel's the shit. I used to admire him so deeply, and I still do. Few can do what he does so well. Few can do it. It's just at the same time, I don't know if anybody ever should, or ever should have in the first place. Luis Buñuel, his contributions to film are incredible. It's just that Tristana and Belle de Jour, while they are uniquely and interestingly composed and put together, it's Catherine Deneuve that elevates both of those films. Even while in Belle de Jour, Luis Buñuel tries to deflate her symbolic virtue. In Tristana, I think maybe in spite of the director, she's dignified, and she is virtuous once more. They're still going off, man. It's been like that all day. Like, their yard is so small. I don't understand how they're still mowing it. It's Florida. People just like to make loud noises. They have like a fetish for loud noises. That's what's truly obscene. Lawn maintenance. This right here is fucking torture disguised as lawn maintenance. It's gross. I won't have it. Imagine whoever that is. How do they sleep at night? Seriously. I don't even know if you can hear it. I might just seem so petty. But it's been non-stop. Watch Tristana with this in the background. Obscene, I say. Obscene, I tell you.